Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like life is slipping through your fingers? Not because you lack talent, but because you keep breaking promises to yourself? No man is free who is not a master of himself. Lack of discipline is what keeps a man poor, not just in wealth, but in spirit. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you're meant to become. And if you don't build that bridge, you'll stay stuck on the wrong side of your potential, forever. You keep saying, tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll wake up early. Tomorrow I'll stop wasting time. Tomorrow I'll take control. But tomorrow never comes. And every time you delay, a piece of you fades. You feel stuck, tired, angry at yourself, not because you're weak, but because deep down, you know you're capable of more. There's an old truth: if you cannot command yourself, life will command you. No amount of dreams or motivation will matter if you don't have the discipline to act. In this video, you'll discover why discipline is the key that unlocks every door: wealth, peace, strength, and why without it, a man remains poor, not just in money, but in meaning. So if you're tired of falling short, stay with me. What you're about to hear may just be the wake-up call your future self has been begging for. You see, the problem isn't that life is unfair. The problem is that most men give up control without even realizing it. They trade strength for softness, growth for comfort. And it all starts with one missing piece: discipline. So let's break it down, step by step. Here are 7 core truths you need to understand if you ever want to take your power back and finally live a life you don't regret. The silent thief. Most men aren't destroyed by a single blow. They're destroyed by 1,000 silent choices they never noticed making. You wake up, check your phone, and scroll. You say you'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week. You feel the weight in your chest, the pressure of unrealized goals, but you push it aside and tell yourself you're just tired. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just under attack by a thief you've let into your life, without even realizing it. Lack of discipline is like a slow leak in a tire. You don't notice it at first, but over time, it leaves you stranded, going nowhere. It doesn't scream. It whispers, "Relax a little longer. Skip today, it's no big deal. Just one more scroll." And every time you obey, you trade purpose for pleasure. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Real strength comes from mastering yourself. You can't control the economy. You can't control other people. But you can control what time you wake up, what you consume, and what you commit to daily. Discipline isn't a punishment. It's a declaration: I'm done letting life slip through my fingers. When you reclaim your discipline, you take back the steering wheel. You stop drifting. You start driving. Every excuse is a quiet surrender. And every time you choose comfort over commitment, you hand the thief your future, one stolen day at a time. But here's the twist: the thief doesn't always feel like the enemy. Sometimes, he shows up wearing the mask of comfort. Let's expose that next. Comfort is a cage. The comfort you crave today becomes the prison you live in tomorrow. You say you're just resting. You say you're just taking it easy. But deep down, you know the truth. You're not recharging, you're hiding. You're avoiding the hard things that would make you stronger, and settling for the easy things that keep you small. We've all been there. Comfort wraps around you like a warm blanket, but stay too long, and it becomes a straitjacket. Imagine a lion born in a cage. He's safe, well-fed, and never has to hunt. But he doesn't realize he's forgotten how to roar. Comfort has stolen his edge. That's what comfort does to a man. It feeds you just enough to stop you from growing, and steals your fire while you sleep. We must undergo a hard winter training and not rush into things for which we haven't prepared. Discipline is painful at the moment, but it prepares you. Comfort feels good right now, but it leaves you unprepared for everything that matters. Life won't warn you before it hits. And if you've trained yourself to run from hard things, you'll collapse the moment pressure shows up. So the question is, are you living to be comfortable, or are you living to be capable? He who chases comfort builds his own chains. But the man who chooses discipline, break free. You now see the cage for what it is. But escaping it? That takes more than desire. It takes war, the kind that starts inside. The war within. The greatest enemy a man will ever face isn't out there, it's the one he listens to inside his own head. There's a voice in you. The one that says, sleep in. Skip it today. You'll fail anyway, so what's the point? You know that voice. You've heard it whisper when you should have moved. You've heard it scream when you were about to grow. It's not the world stopping you, it's you fighting you. Every man is at war. Not with others, but with his own excuses, his doubts, his emotions. And until you win that inner war, nothing outside will ever change. Picture two wolves inside you. One strong, focused, and calm. The other weak, fearful, and loud. The one that wins? The one you feed. This is the war within. And it's fought every single day. In silence. No man is free who is not a master of himself. Freedom doesn't come from having no rules. It comes from having the strength to rule yourself. Discipline isn't about being perfect, it's about not giving power to the weaker voice. Courage isn't about fighting others, it's about refusing to run from your own potential. You win the day the moment you stop asking your emotions for permission to act. Master yourself. Or be mastered by the part of you that wants to stay average. But knowing your enemy isn't enough. It's time to train, not just to fight the war, but to win it. Let's talk about the pain that builds power. Pain with purpose. Pain is not your enemy, comfort is. Because pain sharpens you. Comfort softens you. No one wants to suffer. But the truth is, you're going to suffer either way. You'll suffer through discipline, waking early, training when you're tired, saying no to short-term pleasure. Or, you'll suffer through regret, missed chances, wasted time, a life that never became what it could have been. The difference? One pain makes you stronger. The other leaves you weaker. Think of pain like fire. If you run from it, it consumes you. But if you face it, it forges you. Discipline is like lifting weights, it tears the muscles so it can rebuild stronger. Regret, on the other hand, is like rust, slow, silent, and destructive. We must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline doesn't feel good at the moment. It's cold showers, early mornings, doing the thing you don't want to do, because your future self is counting on you. But here's the truth, every time you endure the pain of discipline, you prove to yourself that you're in control. And that kind of power? That's what freedom feels like. Discipline hurts. But regret haunts. The daily war plan. Your future isn't built in a single moment of inspiration, it's built in the small, silent choices you make every day. Most men wait for motivation. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the wind. What you need is a system, a daily structure that keeps you focused when your emotions try to take over. You don't need more hype. You need more habits. Think of your life like a battlefield. If you don't plan your moves, you lose by default. And if you don't control the day will control you. Your habits are like armor, they don't make you invincible, but they protect you from your weaker impulses. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Stop waiting to feel ready. Decide what kind of man you want to be, then build routines that make that man real. Wake up at the same time. Train when you don't feel like it. Track your progress. Protect your time like it's your life, because it is. You don't rise to your potential. You fall to the level of your systems. So build them strong. Discipline isn't found in the big moments, it's hidden in your daily plan. No plan, no progress. No system, no success. Discipline creates wealth. The man who controls his habits eventually controls his results, in his bank account, his relationships, and his mind. If your money's a mess, if your time slips through your fingers, if your peace never lasts, it's not because you're unlucky. It's because you're undisciplined where it matters most. Discipline isn't just for fitness or focus, it's the foundation of success in every area of life. Wealth isn't just about money, it's about how well you manage your energy, attention, and choices. Think of your life like a garden. Discipline is the fence that keeps the weeds out. Wisdom is the strategy that tells you what to plant. And temperance? That's knowing when to water, and when to wait. Without discipline, your life overgrows with distraction and waste. With it, you grow fruit that feeds you, and others, for years. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. A disciplined man doesn't chase everything, he chooses wisely. He invests in what matters, his skills, his relationships, his peace. He understands that small, repeated choices build large, lasting results. You don't need more hustle. You need more order. And when your mind is ordered, your world starts falling into place. A disciplined man is rarely broke, because his habits compound faster than luck ever could. But discipline alone isn't the finish line. There's one more shift that makes everything click, not just doing, but becoming. The disciplined life is the free life. Freedom isn't the absence of rules, it's the ability to rule yourself. People chase freedom thinking it means doing whatever they want, whenever they want. But that kind of freedom? It leads to addiction, distraction, and emotional slavery. True freedom is the power to say no to your impulses, to act with purpose instead of reacting out of weakness, to live by principle, not pressure. Discipline doesn't cage you. It unlocks you. A man without discipline is like a ship without a rudder. It may float, but it has no direction. It's at the mercy of the wind, the waves, and every passing storm. But a disciplined man? He's the captain. He doesn't control the sea, but he controls the wheel. And that's what makes him free. No man is free who is not a master of himself. Freedom isn't about escaping structure, it's about building your own. When you master your time, your thoughts, and your emotions, you don't need the world to change for you to be at peace. You don't need permission to rise. You give that to yourself. And once you do, no one can take it from you. When you master yourself, no one else can own you. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. You just need to start with one disciplined step. Every moment you choose discipline, you reclaim a piece of yourself. You quiet the noise. You rise above emotion. You move with purpose. And that is freedom. You already have what it takes. Not because you're perfect, but because you're willing to fight for who you could become. The world doesn't give you that man. You build him. Day by day. Choice by choice. Discipline by discipline. So now ask yourself, will you be owned by comfort? Or led by courage? The answer isn't out there. It's in what you do next. Right pointing finger emoji. If this message hit home, like the video, share it with a man who needs it, and drop a comment with the one change you're making today. And if you're serious about mastering yourself, subscribe and join the mission. Start now. Stay sharp. Stay free.